This is Paul. Yeah. Uh, Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Now, I have been asking in approximately 2,300,000 emails to find my missing sons that were in the newspaper. And it looks like, since I haven't found them, that you just do not understand the importance of enforcing the laws. Now, this idea of being a judge, infallible, um, judge not that ye be not judged. Now, let's see. In 2011, I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. You issued a court order where I didn't get any notice or opportunity to be heard. And then you arrested me for it while at the same time serving me a dissolution of marriage. Yeah. I was found not guilty, and you issued a protection order while I was on trial. Now, there's this big problem with these judgments that you've been making. Oh, you thought I should motion the court. The same court that has never protected my rights. Because you said I was crazy. Am I crazy for not realizing what you did? For with what judgment you judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. Let's say I was to sue every judge of the United States of America for the judgments that they've been making, where they didn't protect the rights of citizens, and they would demand due process rights, equal protections of the law, privileges and immunities. Now, when you issue a protection order that's issued for 10 years, yes, no signature of the petitioner, a forgery of the ex officio superior court clerk. And then you sit there for the last 3 years and have me arrested for crimes where you actually had the evidence that I wasn't in Squim, yeah, and I wasn't in Brennan. Now, it looks like your judgments are not really being measured, as in what you did to me should be done to you. Now, the Bible does talk about an eye for an eye, but I'm not really for that. See, um, why beholdest the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Now, you would say that I'm a hypocrite, a deadbeat dad, that I've intentionally been homeless for 7.5 years as to not fulfill my fathering obligations of paying child support. Yes. And then I intentionally didn't want my sons. Mhm. But that's not really the truth, is it? Oh, I have always wanted my sons. And when I found out that you issued the last protection order on July 31st of 2015, yeah, where you served me in the Squim Public Library, and it was a person that is not a sheriff, yes. And then the police department approached me when I was sitting at the Safeway. Did you get a copy of this? Pooh. It looks to me like I got served in Squim because Port Angeles didn't want to serve me. Now, considering I was homeless in Port Angeles from must have been July 31st to August 15th, yeah, there seemed to be this reluctance of the Port Angeles police to actually want to serve me documents, but there was very little reluctance in arresting me. Wow. It's as if you don't feel any obligation to fulfill the community protect and serve obligation of those that are in police departments, that you're paid to protect the citizens, ooch, and you're given authority to serve. See, let me explain to you what happened on Guam. We were staying at the Guam Airport Hotel, yes, where Benjamin's first residence was. It says that on his birth certificate. Yes. Well, we had a non-smoking room because I don't smoke inside. I smoke outside. Yes. Well, I went outside about 2 a.m. in the morning and I was kind of walking around the parking lot. Well, I noticed certain individuals walked behind me, and I think they were undercover detectives for the police department. Well, a Romanian police officer drove right in front of me and parked across the street. Mm. And I looked at it and I thought, the B on me is a police officer. Yes. Well, when a B on you is a police officer, I stood there looking at the patrol car. Yes. And I reminded the officer that the only reason you get paid is to protect the citizens. Do you fucking understand? Now, on Guam, the Navy and the Air Force were very involved in what was going on. But they decided that they would invite me, an American citizen, yes, to volunteer with a little problem they had, yes, where the Guamanian culture was very tribal. Now, I told the bee on me, the only reason you're getting paid is to protect, not to arrest. And the only reason you have a badge is for the authority of serving the community. Yes. See, it's that saying that they put on police vehicles. Yes. Protect and serve. Now, let's say you're in law enforcement and you thought that gun, yes, and the handcuffs were to arrest instead of protect. Yes. You'd be very mistaken. And you thought that badge gave you the authority to abuse the. In my judgment, you got a big fucking mote in your eye, mister.